9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello, hello, hello. Guess what? First of all, welcome to this live edition of Road Trippin. Allie Clifton, Channing Frye, Richard Jefferson, Kendrick, Perkins. For all of you that usually stop by, you understand the drill. For those of you that are new, engage with us in the chat because we're going to have a lot of fun. And we're actually going to dive into the chat before we even get this thing cracking because we had a poll. You guys aren't going to know actually who we were waiting on because we're all here. However, the comments about who we were waiting on to go live to do this Team USA reaction.
It's very funny.
I want to know, why do we have an echo? Why do we have an echo?
You know who it is.
302 Big. They are waiting on Perk leaving McDonald's.
That's not. They say is Richard drying his hair again. That's funny to you? Is that funny to you, Perk? Perk looking skinny, bro. No, I know black is slimming, but you always been black and big, so it hadn't really been that slimming. But you starting to look slimmer. You starting to look.
Are you gonna have to get this skin surgery?
What's going on, bro? What did you say? You're gonna have to get some skin removed? Did you say skin removed soon?
That's what we on today.
Look, he said, I've lost all this weight, but once I lose this skin.
Oh man, Perk gonna be good. Hey, he gonna be acting brand new. High school skinny Perk gonna be acting brand new.
On the real, I'm gonna come on set with no shirt and a tie.
Oh, come on. Hey, join the club, bro. Hey,
you
stole
should.
my whole swag, bar for bar, word for word. Why you trying to steal my swag?
You gotta have swag for it to be stolen, Richard.
Ayo,
having said that, Team USA, let's dive right in. Just dominated Brazil 122-87 in a team fashion. Devin Booker led the way with 18 on 5 of 7 from deep. AD adding 13, 8, 3, and 2 off the bench. KD with 11. Anthony Edwards with 17 off the bench. Not to be outshined by Kevin Durant becoming the greatest scorer in Olympic history, passing Lisa Leslie, who's held that since 2008. 489 points and counting. It is for Kevin Durant. Team USA will now play Serbia on Thursday. That'll be the third time here in summer hoops that they will be facing each other. France will play Germany. We'll dive into the France-Canada matchup that happened earlier today. But we're going to start with you, Kendrick Perkins, because Lisa started the chat. Lisa over here in the chat started and said, I need my NBA Celtic chant Big Perk dosage today. So your reaction.
I mean, it was light work. We knew that. We knew that coming into today's game. They were supposed to handle business. They was favored by 27.5, and they got it done. I don't know if they didn't cover though, right? They didn't cover the spread, right?
Yeah, they did. They did.
22-13. Yeah.
Yeah, they covered it. Okay. Joel Embiid looked better. Shut up, Channing.
Not you.
That's too much for you. Drinking water. Sorry, it's hot as hell out here. Go on.
Joel Embiid looked good. Anthony Edwards will not be denied. And look, a lot of people criticize old Ant-Man. By the way, shout out Anthony Edwards. He followed me on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? When you lose one,
you lost an OG GOAT and then gain Anthony Edwards. You lost.
I gained the new face of the league.
Oh my God.
Face of the league. The new face of the league decided to follow Big Perk. But look, Anthony Edwards will not be denied. You know what I mean? Everybody be wondering if Jayson Tatum go get minutes. Who's gonna get minutes and who's gonna get shots is Anthony Edwards. Look, that man is coming out there. Some people are saying he's playing selfish basketball at times. That's because he has the green light. Not only by Steve Kerr and his coaching staff, but by Braun, KD, and Steph. They like, hey, look, young fella, go do what you do. What do you have, 17 today? Not 17,
5 and 2, 6 of 10.
No, I'm saying.
But, okay, so I saw this thing Austin Rivers did, and I want to give him some love. He's like, look, on every basketball team in the NBA, there's 2 or 3 guys that can do whatever they want, right? I don't know if I sent it to you. There's 2 or 3 guys that can do whatever they want. Everyone else has to fill around those guys and make their lives easier. That's the way the game of basketball is played. And so even though you get all the USA guys, there's 2 or 3 guys that can do whatever they want, and everyone else's job is to fill in around them. Anthony Edwards can do whatever he wants, and the bench has to fill in around him. LeBron James, Steph Curry, they can do whatever they want, and they're going to navigate around those 2. Kevin Durant is also in that category. It's like their goal is to feature Kevin, but everybody else gets to do it. All the other guys on the team, Bam Adebayo, Derek White, Drew Holiday, their goals are to fill in the gaps around those guys, either the starters that are scoring or the bench that is scoring. And Anthony Edwards is not playing selfish basketball. He's doing his job. He is the Lou Will, the Jamal Crawford off the bench for USA. You get in there, you go be aggressive, you go get buckets. That's your job because you are the best at it.
Yeah, you could tell by his teammates' body language that they were like, oh, this is going up. Like they just like somebody will take a bad shot and somebody like, they're like, okay. They start getting hyped for him. But like, on every team, think about this. When we played Paul George when he was in Indiana, we said there's one guy that can beat all 5 of us. That's Paul George. Anthony Edwards can beat a team by himself if he gets going. So those type of players, you allow them, the more they get up, the more that, especially if it's in the flow of the game, the more dangerous everyone else is because your man goes, shit, that guy can't stay in front of him. Let me take a step over. Now you get
your shots are open. Now Derek White steps in. Now Drew Holiday and that's what they did for the Boston Celtics. So it's like they fit into those roles. That's why Derek White, again, there's a lot of other stuff, but that's why Derek White fit with Team USA. I'm not saying over or this, but he is the type of role player. He is the type of role player that could fit because they don't have to call nothing for him. He's going to be elite defensively. He's going to make the right pay and make the game easier for the guys that we want to go score and dominate.
Yeah, but Ant-Man went took that shit. He told people, and people thought he was playing. He told us all before the Olympics started, you have to adjust around me. And get your ass out of here, man. You on the team with Braun, Steph, KD. What you talking about? They got to adjust around. Here we are.
Let's calm down. Let's calm down.
What? I'm not saying it that type of way, RJ. I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you. No. I'm talking about.
No, he took it.
He made them.
He did everything he said he was going to do.
He got their respect. Is what I'm saying.
Facts. He's taking on that role. They're like, go do whatever you want to do. We believe in you. We believe that you have shown us that you're that dude. When you got that ball like in your hands off the bench, go cook. They're not telling everybody to go cook. They're not telling Drew to go cook or Derek White to go cook. They're not telling Jayson Tatum to go cook. They're telling Anthony Edwards to go cook. And we'll work around you. Those guys, that's how it's going to be. Same thing with LeBron James. They're like, Steph, you move, we'll figure it out around you. LeBron, we're going to put the ball in your hands, and then you can go figure it out because that's what you do. So it's like there's certain guys that teams naturally gravitate around. Anthony Edwards has proven to be that dude offensively for that team.
Shout out to Steve Kerr, too, because I think everyone has always had something to say. And Perk, I loved your last take on our last show when you were talking about Kerr, the rotations, etc. But you were keeping it real, giving perspective. You were giving him credit, etc. I love Zora Stevenson's her first opening hit that she did today. Shout out to Zora, by the way. She's been covering the Olympics for NBC. She's been phenomenal. She's done a lot of gymnastics. Today she was on hoops, and she just mentioned the thought of how Steve Kerr had said, I could put the greatest stars, all 5 of the greatest stars in from a scoring standpoint. I could put them all out there on the floor together. But at the end of the day, the consistent message they have preached is it's been all about playing your role and fitting those in next to one another. Even, he goes, basketball is simple, even through all of the noise. So we continue to see that, of course, as you guys are breaking it down. How do you quantify the record now held by Kevin Durant?
That's a bad motherfucker.
I would say, yeah. Go ahead, Chad.
I'll say this, and I said this last time. KD, if it weren't for some injuries, we would be having very hard discussions about where KD is all time, right? And where KD is compared to LeBron and some of these others. Now, KD is a true hooper. And to go from when KD was 18, 19 years old to where he is now, and for his relevancy to not have dipped in his consistency to stay the same. Hey, KD, we need you to come off the bench. All right. Hey, KD, we need you to start. KD played a 4. KD played a 3. KD, sometimes you got to play the 5. All right, I'm cool. For him to be able to do that shows his passion for the game in his mind and shows that his skill set is up there with the best of the best of the best, because his game translates. We've seen him get 60 at Dykeman in New York. We've seen him win championships, get finals MVPs. Now we see him at FIBA leading every single player that we've ever loved on Team USA in points. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I would say this is obviously the championships, like people have feelings about those championships. He was that dude. We played against him. I would say his dominance for Team USA is the most unblemished or disputed legacy that he has. Like, that to me is something that's like, I don't care what your opinions are. If I went here with the Warriors, did this. When I stepped on USA basketball floor, I was the most consistent elite scorer. They don't win Tokyo without Kevin Durant leading them. They don't like they were dead in the water. They looked like us in 04. They were about to get the monkey off of our back. They looked bad. And the tune up there early on, they looked bad. Not like dead. They looked like they were struggling. Kevin Durant righted the ship. And when international basketball was at its peaking, he righted the ship. Even through an Achilles injury, through all this stuff, this man is right here, a dominant. We've seen the difference when this man is in the lineup and not in the lineup. And even still, like to Channing's point, 25 a night, this man has been putting up for 15, 16, 17, like putting them up forever. If it wasn't for a couple of injuries, we would be having the same type of conversation of consistent scoring that LeBron has shown. Mm-hmm. So for Kevin Durant, to me, to win another gold medal as an unguardable matchup problem and to be the all-time leading scorer of the greatest Olympic franchise, with I'm talking about because there's the women's team. I'm talking about on the men's side. There's the women's team. But to be the all-time leading scorer of USA basketball, men or women's, when you have Diana Taurasi that's been doing it for 6 Olympics, to be that guy at that peak level, that to me is so far up on his resume that I think those championships and him winning, what would this be, his third gold medal? His fourth gold medal, and being the all-time leading scorer and being dominant throughout at the peak of international basketball. When international basketball is at its most challenging, Kevin Durant is dominating. Period.
He's the greatest scorer to ever touch the basketball. Ever. And I've had these debates and conversations. Oh, well, what about MJ? MJ averaged this. MJ shot, 50% for his career from the field. When it comes down to scoring the basketball and being efficient and having zero flaws offensively, is no other person like Kevin Durant, right? It's nothing he could do offensively. Yes, over the past 5 years, we watched Braun grow into a good / great 3-point shooter. Kevin Durant has always been there. Kevin Durant has always been getting
3-level player. Always been a 3-level player.
Yeah. So when I think of KD, I sit back and I watch him and I'm like, damn, did he really just do that? Then I have to think, I'm like, hell yeah, he done it. When I first got traded to Oklahoma City, I remember it was I was 2 weeks in. And they used to call 2 weeks being in OKC. And they used to call, Scott Brooks used to call it OKCU. And he was like, Perk, I call it it's like a university. These guys don't take days off. You know how you come from a championship contender and you come off a back-to-back, the next day is automatically a day off. Yeah. It wasn't that for them. So, like, I was injured when I got there, and I remember just watching him, like,
Damn, froze you up, huh?
Anyways, I want to address some shit that Cam said. Cam said MJ, Kobe have better handles and are quicker. I don't agree. That's cool that you don't agree with three people that have played against. I played against MJ. Channing and him have played against Kobe and all of them. What we're basically saying is that this man is 6'11". So whatever quickness that Kobe and MJ have, undoubtedly, there's no doubt those dudes are quick as cats. MJ, they used to call him the black cat. Make no mistake. And anytime you saw him, it was bad luck. That's why his nickname was the Black Cat. What I'm expressing to you is you don't have to be nearly as quick when you're 6'11". You don't.
Yeah, no.
Talking about like individual like quickness and jump higher and like handle. No, bro. Like
KD will hit you with the same move 5 times, and you're like, you could like guard him 5 different ways. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And I'm 7 foot, and we're not going to talk about quickness because I'm slow. But if he gets you with that yoink yoink, it's over. And he yoinks guards. He'd be hitting centers, he'll hit forwards. Dude, it's ridiculous.
Remember that road trip episode I tried to say that Channing was faster than Richard, and both of you lit me on fire.
Yeah.
Speaking of your quickness, Channing.
I was a track star.
Yeah, I hate the track. I did it twice and fake throwing up.
Okay, so moving on from today's game, as we talked about at the very beginning, for some of you, I saw some of you guys in the comments saying that you're missing all of these games because of the timing. I get it. So
we don't have jobs.
Moving on to what'd you say?
I said we don't have jobs. This is our job. It's like, hey, are you guys watching the 9 a.m. basketball game, the 3 o'clock basketball game? We want to do a podcast right after. It's like, yeah.
Sure. Okay, so moving on to the next game, which would be the semis for Team USA. Channing has an interesting take, so we're going to answer Miguel Alvarado's question. Question for the crew: do you guys think Team USA will breeze by Serbia, or will it be a close game? And your take in general, Channing, was what?
Blowing Serbia the fuck out. Everyone wants to see France versus USA. That's what the fuck we want to see. That's what everyone wants to see, Richard.
I agree. I was honestly, me personally, I wanted Canada. They're
not big enough.
Channing, do you even think Serbia will medal?
No, I don't. I don't think Serbia's got a medal. I think Germany gets bronze, France gets silver, and America wins the gold.
France plays Germany.
France plays Germany.
And they got cooked by Germany in their last game. They got cooked by, and you know what? They played so poorly that put them right there next to Canada. If they would have played better against Germany, then they wouldn't have played against Canada. I think Canada was the number 2 overall seed, right? And they just Canada had a bad.
People are saying they want Germany. Man, that's just one dude that says you want Germany. Everyone else wants to see Wemby go up against AD.
I think people want the world champions. They want the world champions.
Okay, I get that. That's bad TV. You want Schroeder versus Drew Holiday?
I don't mind taking down the world champion and making sure people know that the NBA champion is the best team in the world. That's how we define it. We define it that the NBA champion is the best team in the world.
You want Franz Wagner versus LeBron? That gets you excited? No.
Franz is pretty good, bro.
He's good, but he ain't
pretty good.
Oh, let's say he does good. Oh, who's Franz going to guard? KD, Steph?
Oh, okay. Look, if USA keep playing the way they had limited turnovers. Now, again, Brazil was Brazil. Brazil has very, very talented players. They have NBA guys. Some years they have like elite guys when they have Varejao and Barbosa, and when they have like their like Nene. They've had some teams that were very, very good. This is not one of their better teams, right? But look, they had 11 turnovers. They had 9 steals, 31 assists. They had 31 assists on 46 field goals. Like if the U.S. plays that style of basketball, they are unbeatable. What did we say? They had to play B+ basketball. They had to play B+ basketball if they play A-, they're going to win every game by 10 to 15. If they play A+ basketball, they're going to win by 20 or more. So if they play B+ basketball, that means they're 10 to 12 against like the best teams. Like, that's a pretty dominant stretch. But I think the way they're playing right now, they're playing A- basketball. Today, they look like an A- team.
It took Serbia. They were down 24 against Australia. It took a comeback and overtime. There are people in the comments, Tommy, saying they've already beat Serbia twice. Fair. We see all that. But to beat a team three times.
And guy, this is one of the things. Allie, Channing, and I, we all speak from a place of we live in 7-game series. So we know the difficulty of beating a team, even in a 4-game series over the course of a season. Beating a very good team 3 times is very difficult. On top of the fact that it's a 40-minute game, on top of the fact that it's a closer 3-point line, all of those things tier towards making it harder for the USA basketball, or making it that the team that's not as talented doesn't have to dominate for as long. They have to dominate for a short period.
I'll say this. What gives me hope and why I say what I say, there's one real big reason. When I saw Joel Embiid at the end of the first half getting a defensive stance, he was lazy in that drop. They started cooking it. He was lazy as fuck in that drop. Right? And they started cooking it with the mid-range. Then
I'm back.
Oh, God, no.
I'm back.
Your phone died, didn't it?
I'm back.
Yo, bro, why you scare us like that, bro?
Shut up.
Hey,
look. And I know why I left off it. I'm giving y'all some epic inside information right now. And I saw Kevin Durant working with 3 coaches on the floor, dribbling across half court, shooting over triple teams, double teams, like finding his spots. And I'm talking about unreal shots. So KG called me. He like, hey, bro, how you feeling out there? We miss you over here. I'm like, oh, it's good over here. Although we was practicing in the skating ring at the time, this one OKC was new before they got the new shit, their new facility. No lie, he was like, hey, how young fella is over there, man? He work hard? And I was like, what? I was like, motherfucker, he work harder than you. He like, man, get the fuck out of here. You gassing that shit. I'm like, nah, no bullshit. Like, this motherfucker punch you in the clock. And I'm like, ticket. This motherfucker punches in the clock. He's like, man, he ain't working hard like that. So to give him proof, we actually was leaving on our way to the airport. We land, if you know this about Kevin Durant, I don't know if he still do it, but like early in his career, if you would land in the city the night before, you know, you probably land at like 4 o'clock, right? You might go to a team dinner or whatever before the game. No lie. Used to have a high school gym, middle school gym already set up for him to go get another workout in that city. So I went with him. And I FaceTime KG like,
oh, you doing rebounding? You just in there rebounding.
I mean, that's all I did anyway for him.
But
I'm just saying that to say this, right? So I FaceTime KG. I say, look, bro, we just landed. He in the gym. Like, this is our franchise guy. This is no sauce. So it's like when I see him doing these things, hezzy pull-ups, one leg dirt over 3 people, and you're like, dang, KD a bad motherfucker. Like, no, KD actually been working on this shit. Like, he's the ultimate gym rat. I know he may be sensitive on Twitter, but when it comes down to Kevin Durant punching in that clock, he gets it done in great fashion. Real basketball junkie. And so, look, in my eyes, he will always be the greatest scorer to ever touch the damn basketball.
Perk, you live in storytelling. Josh T said Perk teleported. You're the only guy that could be telling a story, be kicked off, be gone for 10 minutes, pop back on, and continue your story. Pick it up exactly where you left off. Well done. And we do appreciate that story about Kevin Durant. Yeah, people are just, damn, Perk. Welcome back, Perk. Did he scare you, Channing? Perk picked right back up where he left off. Exactly. Incredible. Okay, producer Jason wants to know what everyone else wants to know. What the hell happened to Canada today?
Oh, they look disgusting.
I can tell you. They too soft. They too small in the middle. Look, they're too soft. Look, you know I'm not good with names, especially when it comes to these Europeans, but who was that motherfucker out there balling like Montreal?
Oh, no, he looked like he was
I mean,
him, bro.
I mean, the physicality, the post ups, just the grit, they couldn't match that. They couldn't match it. And then
my little boys go, Daddy, why does he have 12 free throws? I'm like, buddy, he's just playing a lot more physical.
and then
they didn't know, my sons didn't know who he was.
Allie, I'm gonna leave it on this note to Shannon and RJ. Jamal Murray, can he not perform if Jokic is not on the floor?
Don't do that. Don't do
that.
No,
it's the real.
Richard, we can ask. We're not saying he's not nice.
I just
or if the Lakers aren't in front of him, my God.
Right. Listen, I just think Jamal Murray has trouble when he's not. I'm going to say this, but I don't really mean it. When he's not spoon-fed or showcased, it happens. In Denver's offense, he is showcased. He has the ultimate green light. And this year, what was the difference between this year than all the other years? Well, SGA came and said, no, little boy. This is my team. I got this. He took over that leadership role. So Jamal is taking a step back. And I don't know if that's who he is. He can't be that guy, which is not a bad thing. It just ain't going to win like that.
No, I agree with that. We saw the same thing with Jayson Tatum. To think Jayson Tatum is going to be the same guy he is for the Celtics on the USA team, or to say Jamal Murray is going to be the same guy on Canada as he is for
Yabusele, the dancing bear.
Yo, he was a monster out there.
Hey, do you not remember him? He was on Boston. He was on Boston for a little bit.
He had the Mohawk. Was he the Mohawk kid?
I think he did. Hey, garbage time, he was the worst. I said, man, cut that shit out. I'm here rebounding this shit all hard.
Wemby went 2 for 10 and France won.
Did you see him on defense though?
You saw that picture on Dylan Brooks, that shot?
Man, listen, Wemby, man, these dudes were scared to shoot. That's why I think it's awesome to watch him play. He's 19 years old. So like he's still figuring this stuff out, different systems. They put Dylan Brooks on him, so give him credit. But defensively, he said, man, if I don't eat, you're going to be starving. Right. He said, man, look at that damn plate. Nobody eating now. But that's what I like about the kid, though. I just think Wemby's mindset is going to be amazing during this year when he gets some real players around him to, like, help him grow his IQ when it comes to the offensive side. Defensively, you can't teach what he's doing. Blocking 3-point shots.
You saw them playing hot potato with the ball. They was playing hot potato with that bad boy. Like, no, you take it. No, you take it. No, you take it.
That 2-on-1 drill got to be a bitch.
Dribbled it out. Dylan Brooks dribbled it out. Went to go. Still got it blocked.
They used
Wemby was 2 of 10, but he still had 12 boards. He led the team in assists.
Oh, come on.
God.
Okay, let's say this. I was talking about Joel Embiid. Okay. I felt like at the beginning of the game, he was kind of bullshitting when he was in that drop. They called that timeout like when the starters came back in middle of the second and they started switching. And you remember it was kind of end of the half, dude, where he like got down and literally was in a stance and locked up 3 different people. I said, what the fuck has this been? I said, what the fuck? Like, you can do this? It made me so mad. And I'm just like, okay. You got it in there. You just be like, how can I do the least amount per? And he still had 14 and 7.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like now, that's what I'm saying. We nitpicking. He's got like, is it like he's got?
And that's what I'm saying. It made me excited because I said, oh, he can move a little bit when he wants to, but he don't be wanting to.
Who's gonna let DJ in the comments know?
I know that. I already saw that. I say can't wait to see Canada versus USA. Hey, DJ. This DJ is wrong, right?
Yeah, you better be looking at badminton.
Yeah, you better go and get a TiVo and see something from a while ago.
Someone said, a next Olympics.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Last thing, Richard.
What?
Last thing, and tell me, do you agree? Ooh. Man, I respect the crap out of Booker. Like seamless.
He's a hooper, man.
He's just a hooper, man. It's awesome watching him. It's awesome watching him with like really great players just be like, oh, you are that good, even around other people, you know?
What's okay? Booker to me is kind of like Clay on the Warriors, right? When Clay was really Clay. he would cook you, but you never like. And I don't want to say worry about him is not the right word. Like it was Draymond with all of these actions. It was Steph and all of his movement, and then it was just Clay finding himself open, cooking you all the time. Right? Yeah. He was just a seamless, never said anything, never played defense on both ends, right? Like Clay was just a steady piece and was a monster. Like Devin Booker on this team is kind of like that seamless, like puzzle piece where it's just like, you're not like, we didn't talk about him until now, but when you watch him play every single day, he's knocking down shots, he's making the right play, he's doing all of the things that you're like, oh, Devin Booker, we got to have him on the floor, especially when he's playing. But again, it's not a comparison of all of these guys. We're talking about how all of these great talents are able to fit together as puzzle pieces. Yeah. So when we see like Anthony Edwards as the sixth man scoring, we're not saying that he's the best scorer or the best this on team. No, we're saying in that role, Team USA has said, oh, you're going to be that dude. And you have proven to be that dude. And it's the same, like you said, same with Devin Booker. He's proven to be that guy, right? In the space where you're just a seamless puzzle piece, and you're crushing it. I got nothing to say about that.
All in, right? I think you're looking at guys that are buying in. You sent us, was it you or Allie? I sent us that thing about Braun and Steph screens, and then we saw that all day today. We saw it all day today, and just
that's why I sent it to you.
Yeah.
Are you guys like everyone? Are you guys like everyone else? Do you need to see a Steph performance?
No.
Notice he's having a performance every night.
Yeah,
because teams are staying so attached. Dude, remember at the first 5 minutes of the game, he ran that curl screen over Joel Embiid. Yeah. The guy just stayed attached to Joel and stayed over the top with Steph. And they got a wide open layup. And so just those opportunities. Isaiah Thomas, Zeke told me this a long time ago. I will pay 3 times as much as anyone else for a guy where we can play 4-on-4. Anytime Steph is on the court, you're playing 4-on-4. And think about all that room you have to play, right? JJ Redick, after I got drafted, was a draft after me. He goes, I want him. And I said, why? He's so little. He goes, man, Channing, if you're out there, think about his guy can't leave him. So now when you drive, you only got one decision to make.
You said, why do you want JJ? I agree with you still to this day. Why would you ever?
Nate in the comments said Perk got Cricket Wireless.
You got something.
I am reading the F out of these comments, so keep them coming, obviously. Having said all of that, Thursday, are we back? Anything else you guys need to discuss? Get off your chest.
What's Thursday?
Thursday is U.S. versus Serbia.
Ooh, let's go. When do they play Canada? Come on, bro. You got to keep up. Bro, if you're going to be in here.
Also, I don't think listen, hold on. Somebody said Steph is overprotected by the media.
Oh, shut up. No, don't engage. This stupidity.
I think people forget he was hurt the first 7 years of his career.
He's always a threat, even if he's 0 for 20. That was my thought from our last live. Just Steph Curry being out on the floor.
Steph could be 0 for 100 and you still can't leave him. Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter.
What is that skit? You got to guard that motherfucker when he wakes up.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Because one turns into 100 the other way, and you don't want that. You don't want that.
Are you guys going to check on your guy?
Nope.
No.
Nate wants to know. You don't even know who I'm talking about.
You're both talking about Perk. You're not checking on him. He's fine.
No, I'm talking about Braun in his eye.
Man, fuck that up.
No, he didn't care. No,
he's fine, man. He's going to have some cardiac glasses.
What are we going to do? Send him some Visine?
Give him a little boo-boo.
This is just funny, and I'm just going to read it because everyone knows that's what I'm doing right now, but it's a zombie. No lie, Allie's the only reason why I put up with Richard's forehead. Okay, anyways. Having said all of that, you guys are amazing. The USA playing Serbia on Thursday in the semis. We will be back. We're going to try to do it right after the game.
Shit, I'm leaving.
Okay. This is Road Trippin. Don't forget to go subscribe, hit all the buttons. We love you. We'll see you guys Thursday.
We'll talk more.